What's up, guys? I'm Dwayne,
I'm Alicia.
and we are Blackboard Gaming, where we teach you about all these great board games that are out there, waiting to be played by you and yours.
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate ya, complicate ya.
It is officially winter in Michigan. It has been extremely cold these past few days.
Not to mention all that doggone snow.
The game we're going to talk about today reminds us spring is coming.
Come on, Spring.
That game is the 100 Torii.
The 100 Torii is a game designed by Scott Caputo, Eduardo Baraf, and published by Pencil First Games. Let's go to the table for a brief overview of how the game is played. The 100 Torii is a 1 to 4 player tile placement game where the players are finding their path through a beautiful Japanese garden. To set up the game, we would take this starting tile, which has the red back, and put it in the middle of the table in reach of all players. And then we would take the remaining 42 tiles, remove a certain number of them depending on the number of players. So we're setting up for a 2-player game. So we're going to remove 12 of these tiles, which I already did, and put them back in the box. And then we're going to take the remaining 30, shuffle them up, and put them in a face-down pile. I split them up, as you can see here. And then each player is going to draw 2 face-down tiles and put them in their play area, keeping them face down. Each player will also get 2 coins to start the game with. And then we will create a pile of each type of landmark token and place them in reach of all players. Next, we would take the large landmark tokens, 1 per player, and place it near the play area with the 5-point side face up. Then we would take the character tokens and the enclosure tokens, 1 per player, so I got 2 of those each, and we would place those near the play area with the 2-point side face up. After that, we would take the character achievement pieces, the enclosure achievement pieces, along with the scoring achievement pieces, and put those in reach of all players, along with the blue poet meeple and the red samurai meeple. Lastly, we would take this info board that tells you what the characters do, and we would place this in reach of all players. And that's pretty much the setup for the game. After choosing the first player, then a player's turn goes as follows. We can get help from a character, then place a tile, see if we can claim any achievements, and then draw a new tile from the face down pile. To get help from a character, we would choose which character we need help from and then pay the cost of that character. You can pay the cost in any combination of coins or tokens that you have gotten in the game. You start the game with 2 coins and you don't have any tokens yet, so right now you can only hire the vendor or the samurai. But later on, you could pay to hire these guys. So let's go over that real quick. To hire the vendor, you don't like the tiles you got in your hand, you would discard a tile and draw 2 tiles. So now you got 3 tiles in your hand. You will play 1, but you will not draw back up at the end of the turn because your hand size is always just 2 tiles. The samurai you could place in an area adjacent to a tile, and no one can place a tile there. So if you see somebody about to score a bunch of points, you can say, the red samurai is going to block that. The blue poet is kind of the same way. You could place him on a landmark spot, and then that landmark spot is deactivated. The geisha, you see a way to score big points, and you got those 2 tiles in your hand, you will play both those tiles, but you will only score the second tile. And the gardener allows you to place a tile on top of another tile. But these are optional. To take this action is optional. So let's say you decided not to do that. So then we would go to placing a tile. So as you can see on the starting tile, it has one of each of the 6 landmarks. And what you're trying to do is create pathways the shortest distance to other landmarks. So let's say the first turn, first player places this tile here. So now they have created a pathway between these 2 matching landmarks and these 2 matching landmarks. And they can pick which one. So let's say I pick the little cat looking guy, and I get one of these and place it in my play area. Now player 2 says, hey, I'm going to place this guy here. So now they've created a pathway between this landmark and this landmark. So they will get one of these in their play area, but as you can see, there's a red gateway there. And so for every red gateway along the created path, you will also get a matching token that you just got. So now I got 2 of these. Let's say next player decides to do this. So now they didn't create a pathway between here and here. So now they would get, where did I put those things? Oh, here it is. They would get one of these because there's a red gateway. They would get another one of these, but there's also a blue gateway. So whenever there's a blue gateway on the created path, they can get a non-matching token. So let's say since I got this one on player 1's first turn, they decide to get another one of these. Now, player 2, next turn, they decide to place here. They didn't create a path between this bridge landmark over here. They get one of these. They get another one for the red gateway, and they get a non-matching one, so they decide to get another one of these. So now, how do you score points in this game? Well, let's say player 1, later turn, gets 5 of these cat-looking guys. They would turn these in, and they would get this token. So that's where you claim the achievement, if any. You would get this token, and that's worth 5 points at the end of the game. Now, if you was to get 5 more of this landmark, you will flip this over. Now it's worth 10 points at the end of the game. Now, once you've gotten to 10 points with this landmark, you can't get another landmark like that. But you can still work on the other landmarks if you want to. You know, you still get those. And that's pretty much what you're doing in the game. You're creating these pathways, getting the gateways and lined up and stuff so you can get more tokens and just building this beautiful, nice garden. There are other ways to gain journey points in this game. Let's say on the player's turn, they decide to gain help from a character. So let's say the geisha. They pay the cost, use the geisha's ability, and then they would gain this token, and that's going to be worth 2 points at the end of the game. And they can only gain like this particular character token once. They can't go after the other one. Let's say on a later turn, I pay to use her ability again. I flip this over, that's worth 4 points. Let's say I get a chance to use her ability a third time. So I will get this character achievement token. There's only one in the game, so first come, first serve. And this will give me 3 journey points at the end of the game. And each of these characters have one of these achievement pieces. The other way I can get points is by doing this. So let's see a closer look. Sorry, focus. So let's say I create an enclosure in the garden that has 2 landmarks in that enclosure. Then I would get this 2-point token. If I do it a second time, flip it over, 4 points. If I do it a third time, I get one of these, only one in the game, and that's going to be worth 3 points at the end of the game. Another way to score journey points in this game is by these 2 achievements. So the first player to get a 5-point token of all 6 of the landmarks will gain this achievement, and that's worth 5 points at the end of the game. Then the second player will get the 3-point token. The first person to get a 10-point token of 3 of the landmarks will get this achievement token and will get 5 points at the end of the game. And the second person to do it will get 3 points at the end of the game. The game is played like this until the last tile in the draw pile is drawn. Then each player will get one single turn to make sure everybody has an equal amount of turns, and then they will count up all their victory points on their achievement tiles. And whoever has the most points is the winner of the 100 Torii. I really did enjoy this game.
It's not that I didn't enjoy the game, but I think it's safe to say you enjoyed this game more than I did.
Yeah, I mean, I did. All right, so let's get right to it. What did you think about the theme?
So first of all, before I talk about that, let's talk about the difference between theme and setting, because I think we say theme sometimes when we should say setting.
Okay.
A setting is where the environment or the place that a game is set in or placed in.
Right.
And a theme is like a world that you're immersed in. And to me, this was a setting more than a theme.
Yeah, it's an abstract game,
Yeah.
and I was okay with it. I did love the setting, but I'm gonna go more into that in a little bit. So let's jump on to components. What did you think about the components?
They were pretty basic. However, I did like the samurai
And the poet.
and the poet. I love those. Those were cool.
because the game is basically cardboard.
Yes.
You know, but you had those 2 little meeples.
Yes.
That your characters that can help you.
And they were just well done.
Yeah, I like those.
Yes.
So, what did you think about the art?
The art is gorgeous. I love the box cover. It looks like a really nice watercolor. And the art is just gorgeous.
Yeah, so that's where I come back to the theme or the setting, as you put it. The art in this game really draws me into the setting.
Yes.
You know, I love the drawings, the characters, the landmarks. I love the art on the garden. I mean, it just reminds me of being in one of them old school kung fu movies. You know, and I love kung fu movies.
I can't tell.
Oh, shots fired, huh? All right, okay. Anyway, I love old school kung fu movies, and I've always been big on anime. You know, I've tried to get you into some anime.
I'm not trying to read my movie.
You like to read, though.
Okay, I either want to read or watch a movie. I don't want to read my movie.
Okay, I mean, but I cannot. I have to watch a movie that's my Asian movies, they have to be subtitled.
But why?
Okay, so I hate voiceovers. I hate the voiceovers. I don't like the kung fu movies when they're walking down the street and they be like, your kung fu's no good. I hated that.
That's the whole reason I watched them.
That's why you watched them?
It was hilarious.
No. I can't. Okay, all right. Let me put it this way. Imagine on a movie over here. We go on a trip over in Japan, and this movie has Morgan Freeman, okay, or better example, James Earl Jones, and they do a voiceover of James Earl Jones.
Oh, and it's not his voice.
Yeah, it's not his voice.
Okay, you've made your point.
See, that's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
I get it.
I get it.
All right, but we strayed too far off the game.
Okay.
Let's get back
To the game.
We turn them around, come back. What did you think about the mechanics?
Okay, so tile laying and set collection. I don't know why. I usually like set collection, but it just didn't do it for me in this game.
Because of the setting.
That might be it.
Okay.
And honestly, so for me, tile laying is a competitive puzzle. And so puzzles, it's okay for a puzzle to be challenging,
Right.
but
But you would want to say you want to enjoy the puzzle.
Yes, there's some kind of payoff that you get for the challenge, and for me, I didn't get that payoff.
Okay, well, I like the mechanics. I like the tile placement. Like I said, I can play this game. Luckily, it has a solo mode, so I can play it by myself. I can go ahead and put on my relaxing Japanese music and
I can make you some
hot
hot
tea, you know, and I can play this game on the
Okay.
solo mode.
Okay.
But you will play it with me again, wouldn't you?
Okay, so let me go on the record as saying,
You didn't answer the question. It's a yes or no question.
maybe.
I said yes or no question.
Okay, yes.
So anyway, what do you think about the teach?
Okay, like a lot of tile laying games, this game is easy to teach.
Right.
And it's easy to learn how to make your moves. Like, you have a certain number of moves and these are your options. So that part is easy to learn. But now, learning how to
Win the game.
yes, that's a whole nother tutorial.
Okay, so overall, I really like this game. I did. I did enjoy it. I mean, I'm glad it has a solo mode. I really enjoy this game. I could teach it to people. You know, like I said, it's simple to teach. That's how I feel about it.
Okay, so I really enjoy playing the game with you. But for the stuff that I enjoy in the game, this game didn't have it for me. I think it's a well-designed game.
Yeah.
But it just is not a game.
It's not your setting.
Right.
Okay, I got it. I bet you if it was in a pizza place.
Okay, so you
I'm
had
firing shots back
Okay,
now.
so you just have to go there.
So anyway, that's what we think of the 100 Torii. If you like the content of this video, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And like I said, we're kind of split on this one, but that's okay. So, I'm Dwayne.
I'm Alicia.
We are Blackboard Gaming, and we will see you next time.